What is up, my friends? Torrey Drake, Denver Realtor here, and welcome to another new construction community tour. Today I'm covering Southshore, which is a new community being built in Southeast Aurora. In the video today, I'm going to break down who the builders are, the price ranges of the homes. Then I'm going to talk about the location and what does that mean for schools, social life, coffee shops, breweries, grocery stores, so you get a really good idea of what it means to live there. Then I'm going to cover the amenities of the Southshore community itself, so you get an idea of literally everything you need to know about living in that community, and the whole time, as always, tons of B-roll so you can see what this community looks like. If you're new to my channel, what is up? Torrey Drake, Denver Realtor, as I said, and my YouTube channel. Well, welcome, first off. My YouTube channel is dedicated to new construction home tours to help you shop for homes, new construction community tours like you're watching now, and then just overall community tours of all the areas that make up Denver. So if you're into that stuff, yeah, you're in the right channel. Okay, let's dive into Southshore. First off, who are the builders? This will be really quick because there's two of them, Century Communities and Richmond American. Century Community has homes starting in the 600s and Richmond American has homes starting in the 700s. If you're confused about how new construction pricing works, I got a YouTube video on that you can check out. However, the main thing to know that I want to know about these builders is they're only doing single family homes. They're not doing condos or townhomes, single family homes only. Well, that covers the builders. That was quick. Let's dive into location. What does it mean to live here? What do you have around you? This location portion is going to cover the following things. One, proximity to hotspots in Denver, like Boulder, Golden, all those cool things. Number two, freeway access and main roads. How easy or not easy do you have access to those? Number three, grocery stores, coffees, breweries, and restaurants. Four, hospitals. Five, schools. Let's get started. So how close are you to the hotspots in Denver? So you're about 40 minutes from downtown Denver, 30 minutes to Denver International Airport, 25 minutes to the Denver Tech Center, 30 minutes to Castle Rock. Golden, you're about 45 minutes to an hour. Boulder, you are 1 hour away, and you're 45 minutes to the base of the mountains and 5 minutes to the Southland Shopping Center. And if you don't know what the Southland Shopping Center is, it is basically a giant outdoor shopping center. Everything you'd imagine out of that. I won't go on a long rant. I think we all know what shopping centers are, but Southlands is a very, very cool one. So that's gonna be really nice to have right next to you. Now let's talk about freeway access and main roads, getting around basically. You are 5 minutes from E470, which circles the edges of Denver, and you can use that to get to 25 to go north or south through Denver, or you can take E470 up to 70 to go east or west. The major roads to help you get around that are near you is Arapahoe Road that you can take if E470 is backed up to go west, and it cuts through Centennial and connects to the 25. Smoky Hill Road is going to go northwest and connect you to 83, and you can hop on 225 or just ride Parker all the way to downtown. So overall, despite being far outside of the city, because like I said, you're 40 minutes away from downtown, it's not like you're stranded out there or anything like that by living in Southshore. It's not like you have Southshore and then you can't get around at all. You have plenty of options. And don't worry, if all of that sounded super confusing, I hope showing the maps helped. But overall, what I'm trying to get across here is that even though you are in the southeast corner of Aurora, and if you look on a map, it looks like you're far away from things, it's not like you're stranded in the middle of nowhere. Not only do you have a lot of things nearby you that you need for day-to-day life, which I'll get into in a moment, but if you want to go to some of the hot spots or just get around Denver, Colorado overall, it's not like you're stranded in the middle of nowhere by any means. You have convenient freeway access and main roads if the freeways are backed up or if we just don't want to take them. However, you're still far enough removed that you don't feel like you're in the city. But do you ever really have to leave your little oasis for day-to-day life, for shopping, food, fun, all that good stuff? Let's dive into some of those things. For grocery stores, King Soopers is the closest, but you also have a Walmart, Supercenter, Target. For coffee, you have two Starbucks nearby, as well as a coffee shop called Legends Coffee, as well as Lucina Coffee. You can also go to Southlands, the Southland Shopping Center, and you're gonna have lots of coffee and cafe and restaurant options there as well. You also have a really cool brewery there called Bent Barley Brewing. They don't have food, so eat ahead or have plans afterwards. However, they do regularly do fun events like, painting and beer, where you paint and have beer. Imagine. Okay, I did not need to explain that. They have trivia. Check their website out because they always have events going on, which I think is always awesome, but especially awesome for a community that's a little bit more removed from the city life to have a brewery or just social scene going on that regularly holds events, which is great. As far as restaurants go, I'm not going to dive into all of them because don't worry, you have tons. You can literally just look up on maps restaurants near South Shore and you're going to find tons of them. Not to mention in Southlands shopping center, lots of restaurants, so you will not go hungry, I promise. Next up is hospitals. You have 2 nearby within 3 miles. Number 1, Southlands Emergency Room, and number 2, On Point Urgent Care. Those are within 3 miles. And last but not least, for the location section, before we get to the amenities, let's talk about the schools. Because good news, you are in the Cherry Creek School District, which is basically regarded to be the #1 school district in the greater Denver area, if not a lot of Colorado, which is great whether you have kids or not. If you have kids, it's obvious why it's a good reason. If you don't have kids, it's good for resale value and for return on investment. So that's a 2 thumbs up there. Now, what schools do you have right near you? You have Altitude Elementary School, which is 1.2 miles away from South Shore. Pine Ridge Elementary School, 2.1 miles away. Fox Ridge Middle School, 1.2 miles away, and Cherokee Trail High School, which is 1.4 miles away from the South Shore community. So really convenient access. There are laws in place about what I can and can't say about schools. They basically said what I can say. If you want to know more about those specific schools I just listed, go to greatschools.org or do your own research and check those out. Well, that covers location. Let's talk about the amenities. What amenities do you have access to living in South Shore? Well, the #1 amenity is, of course, the lake, Aurora Reservoir. 820 acres of lakeland. 820 acres of like a lake, basically, a body of water, so a lot. So not only do you have 820 acres, but you can take what they call non-motorized devices onto the water. So basically think paddle boards, kayaks, and whatever else you can think of that you can take onto the water and be on without falling into the water, and it doesn't have a motor on it. That is what you can take onto the water. Okay, moving on. You can of course go fishing. You can actually go scuba diving in a certain area. They literally made a mock shipwreck that you can go diving and explore, which I can't think of a single other community in all of Colorado that can say they made a mock shipwreck. So that is pretty cool. There's also literally miles of lakeside trails for walking, running, biking, or just taking the dogs for a walk. Because if you're not familiar with Colorado, we love our dogs here. So much so that sometimes we have coffee cups with our dogs on there. I'm not weird. Trust me, come to Colorado, you'll see. And if for any reason you're concerned about the cleanliness of the water, that's a good concern to have, but be rest assured that the Aurora Reservoir, that is really hard to say, Aurora Reservoir, is one of the cleanest in the nation. It's designed to keep water fresh and the pollutants out. Moving on from the lake itself, some other amenities that you have in the community is you have beaches with volleyball nets. You have parks, trails, ponds, open space, and picnic areas. One of the main things that draws people to Colorado is the open space, is the outdoors. And South Shore definitely prioritizes that, not only with just the lake and being able to do lake things, but just, with the open space, the parks, having places to play, sports, all that good stuff. So if outdoor life is important to you, you're gonna have so much access within your community in South Shore to get outside and do some fun things outside. Such as an archery range. Yes, South Shore actually does have its very own archery range. Fun fact, R's are hard for me. I had a speech impediment growing up, so R's are very, very hard for me. But archery range, they have in South Shore. And you have a very cool rec center that they call the Boathouse. But calling it a rec center, I think, does it a disservice because the Boathouse, as you can see from the B-roll, is absolutely beautiful. They have a saltwater pool, they have fitness center, fire pitch, they do movie nights there regularly, and they have a second fitness and rec center in what they call the Lighthouse that they're currently building soon. They're basically building a second rec center that's going to be 9,000 square feet, so huge. So the main rec center is the Lake House Clubhouse, the way as they call it, and they're also building the Lighthouse that is not currently built as of the recording of this video, but it will be soon. And a quick note, if you want to take a look at the model homes that you can tour in South Shore, I filmed them for you. Good news, you can find them, either check out my new construction playlist and you can find them on there, or just search the word South Shore on my video, on my channel, and they'll pull up. If you don't see them coming up, it's because they haven't been released yet. They're being released mid-September, early October 2022. Or if you want to see them sooner, just shoot me an email and I'm happy to send you a private link. Well, that concludes the South Shore community tour. Real quick, an important note. I just noticed how dirty my coffee cup looks. I put a lot of cinnamon in my coffee, so every morning it looks like this. That's why. Anyway, moving on. That concludes the South Shore community tour. I hope you found it helpful. 2 things to wrap up. Number 1, if you have any needs in the real estate space in Denver, Colorado, I would love to help you. I've already helped a few of you guys already buy homes, both new construction and resale. It's been so fun to hear from you guys. Number 2, if you dug the content or if you've watched a few of my videos, please subscribe to the channel. I know it's a silly ask, but it means a ton. It helps me grow the channel. I'm really working to grow this channel a lot, so it would mean a ton to me and my dog Bear. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys on the next one.